Hello, everyone. I am Del, and I'm here to present to you the store management information system that I have planned for Bukang Liwayway Sari Sari store, which is also my chosen organization for this final project. Let's go ahead and run through the topics. For today, I will be going to give you an overview of the organization itself, what is its current information system, the SWOT analysis, projects identification, conceptual design, systems and users interface, implementation plan through the Gantt chart, and the next steps that I should be taking towards the full implementation of these MIS. So, a quick organization view. Bukang Liwayway Sari Sari Store is a family-owned retail store located in Quezon City. The business has been active for nearly 2.5 decades, and it has been servicing residents within its vicinity. So, just like any other humble retail store, it offers the basic necessities or commodities for the people like rice, canned goods, drinks, snacks, and the like. Aside from that, it also offers telecom services like prepaid load, SIM cards, and bills payment through services like GCash and Paymaya. Any Just like any other organization, it has its own mission and vision. For the mission, it is to provide easy and quick access necessities and seamless money transactions through the use of modern technologies, while its vision is to become an integral part of the community that it is currently servicing by connecting the customers to their everyday essentials and creating a sense of stewardship towards its neighborhood. Wang Liwayway has four core values. It is driven enthusiasm, customer centric, integrity, and continuous innovation. The current information system for this retail store are the following. We have sales tracking and monitoring and communication management. Under sales tracking and monitoring, this is highly manual through the use of multiple notebooks to track all its sales and activities. So they have general merchandise, they have a notebook for cigarettes, ice cream, and Gcash and load transactions. While for its communication with its customers and the vendors, they have a list of vendors for some of their items and sales agent for pure gold bought products. So their main provider of the goods that they are reselling is pure gold. And then this list is what the business used to place their orders and replenishment for the store. How they communicate is through text or calls. Let's go over it and see the SWOT. So this is the SWOT analysis for the strengths. There is easy and quick access to the goods and services being provided or offered by Bukang Liwayway. There is customer engagement, affordable products, and operational costs. Since it's just a small retail store, the operational costs is minimal or really manageable. For the weaknesses, there is limited market reach since it's just servicing the customers within its vicinity. So, of course, there will be limited market reach. And then the dependency on local customers, finite resources, and promotional offerings. For the opportunities, for Bukang Liwayway, there is an opportunity for e-commerce, community-based partnerships, business development and growth, and business process innovation. And lastly, for the threats, there is an increasing number of locally placed retailers since it's very easy to jump and create your own retail store. So this is a potential threat for them. Retail Business Directive. So this is the directives coming from our LGUs. If they say this is a SRP or something like you cannot sell specific items, of course it will impact the operational transactions of the business. And then there is dynamic customer behavior and market inflation. Of course, if there is a market inflation, you can't really place your products at a um, low affordability. So you still need to be competitive and still be profitable in your costing. So these are the projects identified. We have here on the general, I have here store and customer profile management. We have for the financial sustainability, store order management and customer order management. Of course, we need inventory management. Moving forward, we have catalog listing management. This is where all the products will be displayed. And then we have sales fulfillment and then also monitoring. For the customer relation, we have customer support and feedback. There is, of course, continuous feedback if, for example, the business needs to sell this because it's trending, or it's a basic necessity that has increasingly increased, or increasingly provide demands on the business. And then there is a need to scale up product selection. So for these, we have the data analyzation or reporting, which are meaning which products are highly on demand, which products are sleeping, meaning uh, they're slow moving. And then customer wish list analyzation. So these are the customers that say, hey, you should sell these because the other store is selling these and you have smaller or more competitive price, and then maybe you should consider selling these products next time. So that's the goal of this specific module. So here is the conceptual design that I created. It's basically the main modules that I will have, and the databases that would connect to them. So I have here sales management, and product and inventory management. There is order management and customer management. And over here we have sales and financial reporting, all of which have their own database, or it could be a main database that has just different tables or schemas inside of them. I included a systems architecture because I want to visualize how it would look like. So this is a common system architecture. On the top level, we have the user interface layers. This is the front end or front facing where the customers would interact with the application or the system itself. And then for the application layer, this is where the business process logic, business process limitations, or what are the definitions, and how will the report be generated. More of like, uh, is there a trend? Do you want to see a dashboard? So this kind of stuff. And then, of course, a very important one is a database layer where all the data is stored, like product details, customer information, vendor information, and inventory. So these are the interfaces or UI design that I created, more like a mock-up. This is how I envision it to look like. So on here, I have added a home page. So this is where the owners or the users can see how their store looks like on the front. And then also I added some dashboards. So the dashboards would mainly comprise of trends, how is the business performing, which are which month is a high sales, which month is a low sale, or which day of the week, kind of like it's gauging that we should be more active during this time, so increase volume of sales. So that's for the sales dashboard. For the inventory dashboard, it would it would present to the owners which products are low in stock, which products would need replenishment, or which products are basic or repeatable, meaning this has to be a continuous auto replenishment for them. And then there is also a financial dashboard. It would basically show you a an overview of, is the business doing good? Can we purchase more items to sell? Can we introduce new products? Are we really profiting in terms of costing? And do we need to adjust some of our costing? Is it too high? Is it too low? Those kind of insights that would be readily available to the to the end users or the owners of the Bukang Liwayway Sari Sari store, which would then help them better create or curate their decision making or the strategy they would be doing for the continuation of their business. And then this is a the next user interface design. So I have here vendor order management. Under vendor order management, this is where the user can see all the vendors that they have enrolled in their system. So the number one here is pure gold. I also added some theoretical values like Save More, High Top, ABC Liquor and Cigarettes, Mangboy Chicharon, those kind of potential vendors that they can partner with to create more, to get more um, specific products that they would be selling. Then under the vendor list, once the user selects a vendor, it will show who is the main contact there, what's the contact number, and any orders that has been processed in the past will also be here. And then under vendor order management as well, there is the order management. This is where now the storekeeper or the owner will have to select the vendor and place the orders. So we have here the product name and when do they expect or when do they want the products to be delivered in their store. And then lastly, I have here sales entry. This is a kind of like an interim solution while the POS is not yet fully functional, but I plan to integrate the POS into this system, into the store management information system, so that whenever the storekeeper would scan an item or scan the barcode of an item, it depends on how it will be operationalized, it will automatically be logged or recorded in the system. But this one is for the sales, but for the sales entry, this is for the interim while the POS is still on the works. Okay, so under the sales entry, we have the basic information like product name, category, how many quantity has been purchased for that specific product, what is its unit price, the payment method used by the customer to pay, and if the customer is inside the system, we can get its information or their information. So we can cancel the sale, we can complete a sale. This one will record the sale, and then there is an add to cart. Add to cart would function as like a soft book of that item while the customer is still deciding how many items that they will buy. Okay. For the implementation plan, this is my Gantt chart. So I initially estimated it to be on a 8 sprint. This is from incision up to the hypercare phase or support. And then each sprint will be comprised of 2 week span or 10 working days. For sprint 1, it will be like a or sprint 0 rather, it will be the sprint planning and backlog set up. This is where we gather the requirements and create the product backlog. For sprint 1 development, I added it where I want to set up the system architecture and database schema. And then for including also in the sprint 1, I would want to develop first the sales management module and the product and inventory management module, and also the user interfaces that would connect and enable the user to see the look and feel on the initial stage on how their application would look like moving forward. And then it goes on the list. Sprint 2, 3, 4, and 5 will be the testing and integration. So this is where the UAT will be performed, also the bug fixing, are there any major bugs, but of course every sprint there is a quality assurance in place. So the phase 6 here or the sprint 5 with testing and integration is more of getting the business transactions that were not considered during the other phases or the previous phases. And then also there will be a final testing and deployment plan, so we have to do the pre-deployment activities, and there isn't any migration that would happen because this is a new phase or a new system for them. So all the records should be moving forward. But for the sales history, if they want to track that, we can also migrate those. or convert it into the system database that we have currently developed. For the hypercare, this is an important phase for me because this is where the support for the customers and also the users or the owners and storekeeper will be included or done. So I call it hypercare. So it will be one sprint for them, so that the customers or the end users would have the support that they need while they are doing the transition on using the new system. For the next steps, of course, there is a need to create the proof of concept. This will be presented to the chosen organization, so they would have a overview of how it will look like once they see the application on the app itself. And then I also included the build the product backlog. Of course, there are things that need to be considered, which is the highest priority, and then which is the product owner would be the customer, the store owner, and then of course this is where we identify the key features and functionalities of the system, and then lastly to craft the team. Of course, any information system that needs to be developed needs to have a team in place. So the while crafting the team, there should be the resource planning and skills identification so that all the skills of the developer and those resources that will be considered in the project will have the skill set dedicated or the skill set fit for the information system that will be developed. Okay, I have covered everything. These are my references. And with that, I'd like to thank you all for joining me in this session for my information system. I hope you all like it, and I see to it that I get to implement this for Bukang Liwayway Sari Sari Store. Thank you.